Gentlemen, l- today we are asked a question. Did the COVID 19 pandemic change things? It seems simple but carries a deep meaning about COVID 19. So, the truth is, it didn't just change the things, it changed everything. So, what I see, it changed how we live, work, think, connect, and even how we understand itself, like life. So, I want to share clear perspectives, lessons, and real life examples that shows how this global crisis reshaped our world. So, for the first time in the modern history, the entire world came to a halt, like flight stops, like schools closed, like schools, office, like streets are empty, that like hospitals were like minimum open and streets become empty. Like example in what I've seen and what I have heard and what I have read in news, that like in New York City, the city that never sleeps, everyone knows that, the Times Square becomes silent. And even some photos that I've seen on the videos and the news showed only a handful of pigeons on a completely empty road. And in our country, also like back my country in India and Pakistan, all entire highways stood empty, and people like hearing just birds they never noticed before. And this pause in our lives made us realize something important, that we were living too fast and nature reminded us to slow down. And like if I see the remote work and technology, about that, COVID did not create a technology, but it accelerated by like 10 years. Honestly, before COVID, I've never hear much about work from home. It was rare. Like online classes were optional, I would say, like not. But after COVID, children attended school from tablets like iPads, like the Zoom meetings become normal. Doctors started offering telemedicine, telecommunications, like even physical therapy has started, telepathy, like every like visits they can help them to exercises via Zoom meeting. They will show them to be active for these things. So COVID wasn't joke, it was not. And I would say it was there was a bakery, like a small bakery owner in Queens, and could no longer sell in person due to COVID. And she quickly shifted to online orders and Instagram marketing. Within a year, yeah, it's about a year, like her sales doubled because she reached customers far beyond her neighborhood. Yeah, that was what I heard about that lady. It's like because she couldn't Like the store was there, the bakery, but online she made her good marketing and her sales went really, really high. And if you see the health awareness also, like COVID made people realize the value of something we often ignore, like our health. Like before pandemic, many people, like many people delayed their regular checkups or ignored symptoms, avoid medicines. But after COVID, people become more conscious about like immunity, mental well-being, family medical history, like exercises. So these things, they are taking care of more what they have done before, but they are doing it. That's what they made a big change in their life. Like they are monitoring their health, they are helping the family members. So like my friend, one of my friend who never exercise, never, and now like never, like nothing, but started walking like during lockdown. Daily she started walking. 2 years later, now it's been, she lost 40 pounds. And the best part is she reversed pre-diabetes, and something that she had been struggling with for years, honestly, that I've seen her about her life, that how she was struggling. No, so what I'm gonna tell, that health is more priority. Is health is not a luxury, but it's a priority for ourselves. If we keep our health perfect, like in a good everyday, exercising ourselves, taking care of our diets, looking for ourselves, that's our priority should be. Luxury things that will come and go, but the health, never. Like even it affects the mental health also. The pandemic, that affected like a lot of people mentally, and I've seen a lot of people still, they are disturbed, and they think, oh, if we touch, how it's gonna get flu, then it's gonna get positive, then they might get COVID. I've seen like some old people who is affected by mental, so like COVID isolated people, and it increases anxiety, loneliness, but it also brought mental health into the open for the first time. People usually hide their problems, of their health problems. They want to hide, they don't want to, some people, they don't want to show in the family or discuss about their health in their family. But COVID has opened everything. Now they do go to the doctors, they do listen to family members, and yeah, like families, like they are also going for the checkups like more often. And even COVID made people realize that need to be in touch with your friends, families, relatives, like far, just to say hi, hey, what's up, like not being fully ignored, like not in a contact with anyone. Like there was a girl in Texas who was struggling with online school because of, in the COVID, no one's friends going in their houses, like no playgrounds, no parks, like no museums, like everyone has to be in their home, like going school or Zoom online. Like the girl was loneliness, and lack of social interaction. Her mother said the school finally introduced mental health workshops, something never they had before after COVID. See, they have the social classes they have started, social engage like with the people, and the school days they have new classes nowadays. What I've heard and seen, and even friends like people realize that being there for someone matters. And during those darkest days, we saw the brightest side of humanity, that helping. Like neighbors delivered groceries to elderly people, scared to leave home. And I've seen like people like who are elderly, who are old, they're very scared of this COVID. Was and still scared of, because that's how it's affected their mind. So like volunteers, they drove nurses to hospitals when public transport was shut down. Like people, as we say, people cooked meals for families who lost job. They helped them, like providing the food. In many cities, people stood on balconies clapping for healthcare workers every evening. Even when we goes to ER, the hospitals, we see that nurses, like appreciation for the nurses, the doctors who were helping during the time of COVID, the pandemic. That time was, and when humans were separated physically, they become closer emotionally. And I'm still proud of those nurses and the doctors who worked and helpful to the patients, people, families. But I know some people, I can understand the loss, grief, and the value of life. That COVID brought unimaginable loss. Family lost parents, siblings, friends. Goodbyes were said over videos call instead of in person. Like one of my cousin who lives in London, and his father died in backcountry, but he couldn't travel to his country to last time to see his father due to COVID. And till now he's in guilt. He's upset when he thinks, whenever he thinks, he is very upset. He has a guilt of saying that I couldn't go to my father for funeral. On his funeral, like that in their culture there was some rituals that the son has to do it, and he was unable to do it that time due to COVID and pandemic. Like as I say, goodbyes were said over video calls instead of in person. As a son also, like there was one woman, she lost her father in the hospital, and she wasn't even allowed to enter the room. For months she felt guilty. See, there is, even I see that many people's like family members who died due to COVID, that they can't even see that bodies when they are in front of it. They can't even go see, cry on them, touch them, feel them because of this. Like This taught the world a painful truth that life is fragile. Time is precious. Like arguments, ego, and grudges are useless. Most of the part is ego. That people, a lot of people, they have ego. They are useless. Like many people changed their priorities after the pandemic. Like family time become more important. Careers become less about money and more about meaning. Like people, they started focusing on peace, not pressure. Like same thing, like in the things like schools, what I was saying, education, that transformed, the COVID has transformed education more than any event in history. One of my friends shared me a story with me that teachers in Bangladesh and rural India taught students through loudspeakers because phones were not working and it was not available. Some teachers delivered worksheets to door. So parents become more involved in their children's learning because children are in front of the schools. We're hearing what teachers are trying to explain, what teachers are trying to give the papers. So students learn unexpected skills like self-learning. They have to learn by themselves. They have to do it by themselves, like homeworks. They have to how to submit. Some kids, like the smaller kid, like the young kids, like they learn how to use the iPads, how to submit the exams sheets. That's what they learn in the COVID, and that's how. And if we look for the money, the economy, that is a shock. That reshaped the market. Like millions lost jobs, but millions also discovered new paths. And like before, it was the separate rides where there, like people doesn't like to share the rides. And that time, because of due to jobs, they share the rides. Drivers become like a delivery drivers. Like home-based businesses exploded and online shopping become a necessity, right? The online shopping was in COVID, the online shopping went very high. Like one man in Jersey who lost his restaurant job and learned how to repair the phones, and he started a new home-based business. That seems, and today he earns more than his previous job. So this COVID, even he gives a good things, and people learned new things and they explored themselves. They said they figured it out. They have talent in there. They need a chance to take it out. So that's how COVID, I would say, give them a chance to grow themselves. Like those crises destroy some roads but opens new one. A lot of doors were closed, but still some doors were open. Because of during the Jajata movie, they lost the jobs, the family relations broke in minutes. Like some families become closer than ever. Some relationships broke under pressure. But one thing become clear, that family is not a guarantee. So we need to realize that like how parents realize how fast children are growing. Children realize the sacrifice their parents are making. And we need to spend more time with our family, our loved ones, to realize what we are to each other, what we meant to each other. But this pandemic reminded us relationships need time, effort, and presence. And if you talk about the faith, spiritual, like during COVID, many people turned to faith for comfort. Like in COVID, some people don't have nothing to do. They prayed more. Some questioned life's purpose. Some felt closer to God because it was the only thing that gave peace to them. Like mosque, temples, churches went online, something they never imagined before. And some elderly people, the ones who don't know how to attend the Zoom meetings for their religious purpose, they are doing by themselves. And now they feel happy that they are able to do it. Otherwise, they would depend on that also. So, what do you have to say? That did the COVID pandemic change things? Yes. I will say yes. In my perspective, the COVID has changed a lot of things. But some people, they are still at that same page, that ego, that thinking, that mentality of like, no, I'm the one. They shouldn't be. God has made us. God has plans for everyone. So God make everyone understand that He makes the plans for everyone. And family time become more important. We have to make sure that we spend enough time with our families. We never know what's gonna happen in the next minute, next hour. We don't know. We do plan. We do plans. We do help. We do things that we're gonna. But if God wants it, it can change in a second. No one can believe what happened. Like nothing. Like it's how it's structured, like engaging and easy to deliver. Even like a perspective with real life. And a good opinions matters people in their life. If so, my thing is like, it didn't just change the things, it changed everything. Like how we live, like how we understand. And the COVID time gave us lessons. It gives us a lesson. So that's like how the mental effect, the family, the life, the health, how it affected our overall life, even the discipline at home, teaching the discipline, making them respect, love each other, towards respect, love each other, sharing, caring. that helped a lot. That changed. Yes, it's changed. Like the world forever. It changed our habits, values, work, relationships, even expectations too. So always keep in low expectations. So if not happen, we don't feel bad. It doesn't hurt. Like if we have high expectations, if not happen, it affects our mental. But more importantly, it taught us life is unpredictable. Life is unpredictable. You never know what's gonna happen in the next minute. Unity matters. Wherever you go, the family, the friends, the office, school, friends, the unity helps you to grow, and it gives a good environment, good side of people. It shows that how caring you are. And health is wealth. If you have a good health, you can go out, you can earn, you can have a good life, everything. If you don't have the good health, what are you gonna do? Nothing in life. You can't even go to work like long other places far. So we need to keep our health. Health is our priority. Health has to be a priority. Luxuries, they come and go. And what we say, sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are sad. That's fine. Good things will come. Like how bad things never cease more. Same way. Sometimes we feel bad, sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad things happen. Doesn't mean that we're gonna stop living the life. That's how the health is wealth. Like technology can be a blessing to us, like how technology went far nowadays. So like humanity shines brightest in